Hi everybody, how's it going today? Clint the Audio Guy here, back with some more audio. I know it's been a bit of a break on the audio stuff, but I gotta have new stuff to talk about. So, made a little upgrade to the system, you might notice. Right here. So this is the MPC-1500 power controller. This is a power conditioner with a toroid in it. It is heavy. That piece is 87 pounds. I think it's about 110 pounds shipping weight. But it is a good quality power conditioner. So it's doing AC noise filtration. It's doing surge suppression. So it has a non-sacrificial breaker in it, just like Surgex or Furman. They're both really good power conditioner companies as well. So it doesn't blow a capacitor and sacrifice itself in the line of duty, essentially. It trips the breaker, and then when the power is back to the correct voltage, it comes back on. Plus, I mean, there's 2 more meters in the rack, right? So instead of 4 meters, I got 6 now. But it does sound good. The meters display voltage and amperage. So amperage on the left. Let's see if it'll even focus that close. Yeah, there we go. And it's a 12 amp unit, by the way. My Furman was a 20 amp, and the voltage that it's receiving there. The Furman was a 20 amp circuit, and I had to put a special 20 amp outlet in. This is 12 amp, and I was thinking, well, that's not going to be enough for these 1.25 kWs. But when I'm cranking the music through these speakers, I don't even hit 4 amps. So it's nice to have the displays that tells you what amperage you're at, and then you know that, okay, I'm well within the safe range. I've also here, which I don't think I can show you at the moment. Yeah, I can't get close enough, but there is, it's down there. I've got the AudioQuest outlet with 10 gauge wire running all the way to the breaker box, and it's on its own breaker. So that's a very say sound improving thing that you can do for the least amount of money. You know, it's a lot less than buying a new couple $1,000 component or $5,500 component. But you can improve the sound that way to get everything else off the circuit. Like these lights, for instance. These are Philips dimmable, hue lights. I was going to turn them blue like the meters because I have a McIntosh mode. I just hit the button and they turn blue, but I don't have enough light in here to show you the product. The day's waning on here. But yeah, dedicated line to here on its own breaker. Get the lights and anything with a motor and anything off of that circuit, and it's going to sound better. I actually noticed my bass drop quite a bit, my deepest bass notes, and they became more solid. What was in here before was tied in with the knob and tube, the original knob and tube in the house. It was really thin wire, and it had several rooms attached to it, so there was a bunch of other stuff on there. So it was nice to get it on its own 20 amp breaker, 20 amp outlet, and then 10 gauge wire going to it. So sonic improvements were definitely worth it. Whether there's a big difference between this and the reference Furman I had before, I couldn't say. It's pretty darn close, I would say. But this is going to have better resale value and blue meters. So, so more completion of the of the system here. Still using the Marantz SACD Sony Music Server, which I actually don't use that much. I most of the time I'm putting a CD in. So anyway, just thought I would show you that. What else is there about this? Yeah, it's heavy. There's a big toroid. There's an isolation transformer inside. That's why it's so heavy. So they're kind of isolating you from the power, the incoming power that's that's coming in. So there's 12 outlets too. Oh, the other thing is the lights don't turn on. The backlight doesn't turn on unless, you know, on its own. You can turn it on with the knob, but you have to get a trigger cable, but not just a normal trigger cable. You need a tip ring sleeve. I'm not sure. Let me see if it'll focus up here. Yeah, so there's a tip conductor, there's a ring, and then there's a sleeve conductor. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Tip ring sleeve. McIntosh does make these. The one benefit of the McIntosh trigger or power control cables is that they will definitely fit the socket. These you can try a few different ones, and sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, because this size does vary slightly, and so does like the collar in front of it. So as far as how kind of controls how far I can push in. But I'm trying with the cheap ones because they're not part of the sonic chain. They just basically turn it on. But a normal trigger cable would have a tip sleeve. It would just be a mono trigger cable. McIntosh needs tip ring sleeve, so it also controls the backlights on the meters. So one little thing, always got to have tip ring sleeve. If your meters aren't lighting up, that's probably why. So, all right, well, thanks for watching. I got more upgrades coming soon, like possibly today. There's a couple things over here in boxes, and we're going to keep going. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.